Hidden Figures by Chirubem. Poet Aqua Lorzan once said, I say to kindred flames, never assert nor say things are the same. It is the height of dishonor to our fathers, our hidden figures of the past, and our martyrs. Throughout American history, hidden figures are those who, despite playing major roles in the progression of society, remained unseen and unheard, specifically black women. They have been stripped of a voice and a name and have been immersed into a collective identity used to generalize an entire race. This is most evident in Kate Chopin's magnum opus, The Awakening, through the perpetuation of a caste system based on skin color and main character Edna Pontellier's failure to address a single black person by name. As an African-American girl growing up in this country in the 21st century, I awake daily with my objective being to honor the hidden figures of my past, by making the most of the educational, economic, and social opportunities made possible by their sacrifices. However, it isn't always easy to do so, when remnants of the same disease we call anti-black racism still permeates our country today. Edna's marginalization and dehumanization of African Americans reveals the role black women have played as the hidden figures of society, a title I run from each and every day. Throughout the novel, Edna Pontellier's lifestyle being dependent on the labor of black women, her refusal to acknowledge them as individuals in their own right, demonstrates the role that racism has played in American society since its inception. When visiting her close friend Madame Ratignolle, who has fallen ill, Edna describes her nurse as a comfortable-looking grief woman in white apron and cap. Rather than addressing the nurse by name, Edna immediately proceeds to do what she has done with every single black character she encounters in the novel. She labels her. In this case, she uses the term grief, which refers to those who are 3/4 black. This term, among many others, conforms to the late 19th century caste system used to categorize black people by skin color. In doing this, Edna strips black characters of everything that makes them human beings, and subjects them to nothing more than a racial slur. Similarly, colorism is still evident in our society on a daily basis. Whether on TikTok or having a conversation with a friend, you often hear people of our generation say, I am only attracted to light skins, or I am only attracted to dark skins, specifically when referring to black women of different skin shades. Not only does this categorization of African Americans cause conflict in the black community, but it also causes young black girls like myself to question our appearance, self-worth, and place in society. Edna's dehumanization of black women is further exhibited when she claims that the quadroon nurse was looked upon as a huge encumbrance, only good to button up waist and panties and to brush and part hair. The quadroon, like many other black women in her time period, sacrificed countless hours to care for a white woman's children, while Edna embarked on a journey of self-discovery. Rather than acknowledging the sacrifices she made to allow Edna exercise her newfound liberty, Edna only ever referred to the black woman who essentially raised her children as the quadroon, a title assigned to her because of her 1/4 black heritage. Edna further debases her by claiming that she is a burden, only capable of performing labor. While never even holding a conversation with the quadroon throughout the entirety of the novel, Edna assumes she is incapable of thinking and providing for herself, an assumption that is based on nothing but the color of her skin. Similarly, last year, while conversing with one of my classmates about future occupations, I informed him my mother was a doctor. At that point, a third classmate commented, claiming that there was no way my mother could be black and a doctor. Despite being aware of the falsity of his claim, I began to view my own goals in a different light after that. If many people view my own mother as incapable of holding an occupation due to the color of her skin, what chance do I have of achieving my goals when someone else's racist precepts may count me out before I've even started? Such stereotypes that have marginalized black women for centuries see no end in Chopin's novella. While Edna continues to strive to achieve female anatomy, she uses art as an outlet to express herself. When Edna uses the quadroon as a model, the quadroon sat for hours before Edna's palette, patient as a savage. Despite viewing the quadroon as worthless for the labor she provides, Edna's use of her as a model objectivized the quadroon, as little more than an item to be seen but not heard. The use of the word savage to describe the quadroon illustrates how, despite forfeiting hours to allow Edna to pursue her artistic endeavors, Edna still views her as less than human. Although holding together the remnants of Edna's life by caring for her children, the quadroon, like all other black characters in the novella, is continuously cast aside as a subordinate, thus causing her to remain a hidden figure like countless black heroes in history. Despite this country being built on the backs of black people, the perpetuation of racist beliefs has forced them to remain in the shadows of American society. Even while being suffocated by the chains of oppression in her own life, Edna's racism and hatred of black people incentivized her to contribute to the suffering and estrangement of other oppressed people. While women in this time period were seen as incapable of leading their own lives, black people were viewed as little more than wild animals. And if we are speaking about someone who is black and a woman, she barely stood a chance. Despite all I have been told in my only 16 years of life and this fight I still battle with racism, significant progress has been made and is still being made. Consequently, I get out of bed each and every morning fully inspired to chase away the shadows, preventing the erasure of my own identity and the identities of others just like me. Thank you.